hate me, don't you?
Kons podcast.
Hit
that like button, subscribe and share.
Hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
Hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
Hate me, don't you?
Kons motherfucking podcast.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? It's Tuesday, March 4th. It is 1:38 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Hope all y'all been doing good on this Tuesday. Hope y'all had a good Monday. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all had a good Monday. It's now Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? You have entered in the second part of the week. You know what I mean? After going through the blues of Mondays. You know what I'm saying? This is the second day of the week. You know what I mean? So hope everybody's doing cool. Hope everybody's getting through the week cool on a cool level. You know what I mean? Hope you enjoyed yesterday's episode. You know what I'm saying? Episode 199. You know what I mean? Episode 199 where we talked a lot about what Jim Jones said. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Angie Stone. You know what I mean? We touched on a few different things yesterday. You know what I'm saying? The Wu-Tang, putting their trailer out and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all enjoyed all that. You know what I mean? But this is episode 200 today. You know what I'm saying? On Tuesday. You know what I mean? Hope everybody doing good. You know what I'm saying? If you just subscribed, this is what we do on this channel. Talk about updates, headlines, news, everything that's making a headline. Think shit that's been hitting your airwaves, shit that you've been seeing, all kind of headlines on people's news sites, whatever the case may be. If it's intriguing enough for me to put my commentary on and a lot of thoughts and opinions on what I feel about certain subject, you're going to hear about it right here on this podcast. You feel me? If you've been subscribed, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So today's episode, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be going over today's episode. We're going to be touching on Kirk Burrowes now suing Diddy, the nigga I mentioned the other day. You know what I'm saying? Who was suing Diddy's mom for that 25% stake. He is now suing Diddy. We're going to touch on that. We also going to touch on, rest in peace, to the rapper G Money Ronnie. As you know what I'm saying? We're going to touch on that. What happened to him out in Texas. 50 Cent is joining in on the trolling on Jim Jones because Jim Jones called him something on the Breakfast Club he didn't like. So he joined in on the trolling on Jim Jones. Young Thug is talking about, you know what I'm saying? We're going to touch on Young Thug. Talk about getting all the shit back from when they seized it, back when he got arrested. And Cori Broadus gave birth prematurely to her daughter, Snoop Dogg's daughter. We're going to touch on that. So, yeah, that's everything we're going to touch on today. Hope y'all tuned in. Hope y'all ready for the episode. You know what I'm saying? If you got something rolled up, roll it up. You know what I mean? If you got something pulled up, pull it up. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you're doing, get ready for the episode. Since episode 200, let's jump into it. So, Kirk Burrowes, the nigga that I was talking about last time, who was suing Diddy's mom, you feel me, for because she had took that 25% stake and allegedly bullied him over the 25% stake. You know what I'm saying? So now that same person is suing Diddy himself. You know what I'm saying? He's suing Diddy himself, and he also is suing him for him and his lawyer he had filed, and him and his lawyer Tyrone Blackburn is allegedly filing for a deeply disturbing environment and a toxic environment for fear manipulation psychologically. Kirk accuses him of several sexual harassment and also physical aggression and unwanted advances from Diddy. Also, he said Diddy uses violence to blackmail and extort people to force them into giving up the 25% stake. You know what I'm saying? I talked about how Diddy forced himself and came in there and used violence to psychologically manipulate Kirk Burrowes to give up that 25% stake. So he's suing him for that. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned that in the court case. Diddy's team has said that, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers is bringing up 30-year-old cases that's been dismissed, and now they're dragging his 80-year-old mother into it. So Diddy's team is saying that all these cases and this shit has been dismissed. He has brought this shit up before in court, I guess, and it's been dismissed. So now he's bringing it back up. Now that it's got a lot of more shine and light on it. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing it back up and now suing him. You know what I mean? Claimed that he was sexually advancing on him and harassing him and using force and violence to psychologically manipulate him into giving up the 25% stake that he had in Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? So this clip that you're about to see is a clip of Kirk Burrowes himself talking about the lawsuit and how Diddy used the violence against him for that 25% stake. Check it out.
Along the way, we had a lot of success. We were renegotiating Bad Boy with Arista. We were about to get a step up in the money. I had 25% of the company. I didn't know why he needed to get that back from me and then give it back to me again. That's like a trick. I didn't want to give it up. So he came into my office one day unexpected, him and Kenny Mysalis. Kenny had the briefcase with all the stock certificates in it, and Diddy had the bat. Like, this has to happen. I was messed up over was the fact that I started this company with you from day zero, and now the one solid thing that you told me I had, you want to take that back at this critical time that we're renegotiating and getting a step up on the contract. And he told me it was about renegotiating and that I should trust. I did, begrudgingly, angry, upset. It wasn't right. He got the stock back. I went on, tried to get over that, kept doing my job. I was caught up in the job. I forgot all about it. And next thing you know, I was fired. And since he had never given me the stock back, he never said that he would pay me anything or give me anything. He just avoided me all these years. It was the worst thing that could have ever happened. He didn't want to honor me with credit. He started erasing my names off the albums, taking me off of anything that had any history with the company. He never paid me not one thing out, percentage-wise, legacy-wise, from Bad Boy.
As you saying, you know what I'm saying? That was him himself talking all about the incident. I guess this happened in 2000 and, you know what I'm saying, whenever this happened, 2002 or something like that. Whenever it happened a while ago, you know what I mean? But he's definitely bringing it back up, bringing it back to light, being that the case is now getting some light shined on it. So he's now suing Diddy for the things that I mentioned there. You know what I'm saying? Him and his lawyer is getting together and got a team together. You know what I'm saying? But Diddy's team has pretty much denied everything and said all this shit has been dismissed before. So you wasting the court's time bringing this shit up. And you also, now you bringing his 80-year-old mother dragged into it. And we all know his mother definitely defends Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Said that he hoped the justice people hear him and hear him right and give him a fair shot in the trial and this and that. She definitely backs him up. But that's his Wells though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I mean? He bringing it back, you know what I'm saying? Trying to sue him and shit, trying to sue him, but he just at the same time, he looking like all the rest of the motherfucking lawsuits that done popped up on Diddy every day, it seems. Something new is popping up on Diddy. So at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Cool, you suing him, you know what I'm saying? You want retribution for what he did, but at the same time, you are just looking like a money grab type nigga. With everybody else that's been suing Diddy on a daily basis since he been in jail, we've been getting a new lawsuit of sexual harassment, of all kind of different things, seems every day as it seems. You know what I'm saying? So his team is probably definitely gonna do their diligence to get that shit thrown the fuck out for sure. I don't think that the shit's gonna carry any weight because it's just saying the same shit that everybody else has been already saying and that they already got on paperwork for the case. So yeah, next is a rapper named G Money, G $ Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? Government name Ronnie Smith. You know what I'm saying? Out in Texas, Forest Hills, Texas. Apparently, there's videos and shit going around. Now, I did see the video. You know what I mean? It's very sad. You know what I'm saying? So apparently, this dude, he was a rapper out of Texas. 2 gunmen had came in when he was in the middle of washing his car. 2 gunmen had came, opened fire on him, and he ran. He had his 5-year-old daughter in the car. Now, I done read reports saying that when she looked up to see what was going on, they also proceeded to shoot the daughter, who was 5 years old, and then went and gunned him down also and left both of them unalive on the scene. You know what I'm saying? So very tragic, very sad. You know what I'm saying? He lost his life and along with his 5-year-old daughter out in Texas while washing his car. Now apparently this dude was a rapper named G Money Ronnie. I'm not sure what the name was, but it's a G and a $ and then Ronnie. You know what I mean? So G Money Ronnie, G Ronnie. I'm not sure how you say it. I was unaware of his music. You know what I'm saying? But the news reports and everything was saying that he was a rapper, aspiring rapper coming up. He had about 40,000 listeners monthly on Spotify. So he was definitely had a little bit of motion, definitely had some shit going for him. So this clip that you're about to see is the news coverage of such incident that happened and left him unalived while washing his car, him and his daughter. Check it out.
Please express car wash, there has been this large crowd of family members that just left within the past couple of minutes. They were allowed to stay very, very close to this tragic scene. Many people have also been behind police tape. We are awaiting any kind of information from police. Forest Hill, we've been asking them all day long for any kind of information about what happened out here. The limited information we are getting is from family on this scene, and this is what they are telling us. They have identified the 2 victims of a shooting, they say, that happened here at the car wash this morning. They shared pictures with us saying Ronnie Smith, a local rapper, and his daughter are the victims of the shooting. His daughter, they said, just turned 5 years old yesterday. This was the tragic scene shortly after 11 this morning as dozens of people rushed to the scene as Forest Hills police responded to Slappy's Express Car Wash along East California Parkway Service Road. The crowd only growing larger, leading area police from Fort Worth and Mansfield to come in and help. Forest Hill police taped off a large section around the car wash. The victims' large extended family members coming in, struggling, of course, with their unimaginable grief. Smith's aunt tells NBC5 he was a good person, loved his 2 kids, and didn't bother anyone.
He didn't target nobody. He was a family man, and he was going around rapping. Okay, why would you target him? Why would you target him? He didn't bother nobody. And a baby, his baby. All we know is that he was targeted. He was doing the car, cleaning the car out, and somebody came through shooting and killed him and the baby.
Hate me, don't
So as you're saying, you know what I'm saying, that was a news clip as such, you know what I mean? That was also, I believe they said that was his auntie, the one that they showed that was sitting down in the car, that was saying, you know what I'm saying, like, killed his baby, killed him and his baby, you know what I mean? He said she was saying he didn't bother nobody, he just went around rapping, he was trying to be a rapper, didn't have no enemies, didn't target nobody, or none of that. So you know what I'm saying, she couldn't understand what went on, you know what I mean? Now in none of these cases, you know what I'm saying, we get a lot of the parents or the mothers will come to the scene and say, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't doing this, he wasn't doing that, I don't understand. But that just means, you feel me, that the parents or whoever's saying that was probably not involved in the man's life and what he had going on. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to see that this is just some random shit that just happened out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? These dudes run up on him while he's washing his car and just start letting off. You know what I mean? I don't think that you, in anybody's mind, where, you know what I'm saying, you a young black man in the hood somewhere and you just think, you know what, I'm gonna randomly go pop with somebody today. You know what I mean? I don't think that really happened. So I think it was definitely some other shit going on with that. You feel me? And they definitely targeted him. That was definitely, you know what I mean, seeing him, and it was on site type shit for sure. And they did not care about his daughter being there. Also, very sad story. You know what I mean? Very sad story. So rest in peace to Ronnie Smith. 50 Cent. So 50 Cent is joining in on the train wagon, the bandwagon, whatever you call it, you know what I'm saying, and clowning on Jim Jones, you know what I'm saying, along with Cameron. I mean, because Jim Jones has called him a sucker on the Breakfast Club. He did an interview on the Breakfast Club and called him a sucker. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about verses, you know what I mean, and DJ Envy had mentioned Fabulous and 50 Cent about him possibly doing a verses with. And Jim Jones said, nah, I ain't doing nothing with that sucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't mention him. I don't even mention that nigga in this interview. You know what I mean? So this is what Jim Jones has said about 50 Cent. So we all know 50 Cent is going to clap back. You know what I mean? Whenever you mention the man's name, you know what I'm saying? So the next clips that you about to see, this next clip that you about to see is video of, you know what I'm saying, of the Breakfast Club, of them talking about 50 Cent's response to what he said to Jim Jones about Jim Jones. This is them talking about 50 Cent response. Check it out.
We had Jim Jones on the show, and Jim Jones talked about a lot of stuff. It was a great interview, but he talked about a potential versus with 50 Cent, and 50 Cent has responded. Let's take a listen to what Jim Jones said first.
It has platinum records, gold records, #1 records. It's not too many in New York.
I got more solo records than most of them that really hit. Remember that. In New York City, it's gonna be hard. I would say that for anybody.
You know, on the record,
sounds like he want to do one with 50 Cent. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like Jim.
Nah, I don't want to do nothing with that sucker. You heard? Leave him out of the conversation.
You
don't
did
start.
that on purpose.
No,
He did. Don't start.
because he said a rap. He said New York, and that's the only one that has a catalog.
I low-key was thinking it, I just didn't want to say it. So after that, I knew.
And they chopped it up because I said Fabulous first. I said Fab first, and then I said 50. But
But the people are reacting most to the 50 Cent because we know the obvious issue with Jim and 50. 50 Cent responded, and he said, he posted the clip of the interview, and his caption says he has the emoji eyes. Delusional Jomo only got one song, Ballin', written by Max B. Better shut up before I have true life chasing you around the city again. Then he said, effing punk. So I don't know if that sounds like he wants to do the verses or not, but basically you done started some trouble.
50 was clear, I think, before where he said he didn't want to do the verses, right? He said he wasn't doing verses. He said it wasn't beneficial to him.
Yeah, I mean, but I think anybody would tune in. I would tune in for that one.
No,
I think it would be a great verse.
Jim Jones, 50 got way too much commercial smashes. For Jim, it's people like Styles P,
Fabulous.
I think Fab got too many commercial smashes too. Like Jim makes a lot of great
Jadakiss.
hip-hop. Jadakiss got too many commercial smashes too.
But they got a lot of street records too.
Dang, you don't got no faith
I
in
think
Jim.
Jim and Styles would be fantastic. Two street artists who make that type of street music. I think they would be good in a versus.
Well, we won't get. I mean, we might get to see the other ones. We ain't going to get to see 50, but maybe something will come of this because that clip is going crazy online, as well as a few others.
And I don't want to see two cancers on stage.
You don't want to see that,
Jim. Like, there's no telling where that could go.
He's a cancer too.
Yeah, there's no telling where that could go. Yeah, he's a cancer too.
Oh
there's
my
no
God.
telling where that could go. I don't want to see that.
We know where it would go, and we don't want to see that, especially on television.
I don't want to see that.
You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent had posted the fact that what Cam was saying. You know what I'm saying? Cam had said that because, yo, if you liking this content and you liking what you're looking at and you fuck with the content that I be dropping, the constant content that's been hitting Monday through Friday, hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoying this shit, go hit that subscribe button right now. You know what I mean? And be sure to hit that bell too. That means you get notified every time I drop something. You know what I'm saying? Do that shit right now. Javante Davis it came out with Jim Jones and Joel Santana. Now, I watched the fight, and I don't even remember. I forgot that Jim Jones was coming out. I didn't see him, didn't recognize him. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But Jim Jones definitely walked out with Javante Davis. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying that because, you know what I mean, them niggas is bad energy. Speaking on Jim Jones, you know what I'm saying, which could lead to the reason why the fight was a draw. Same reason he said about Jello Anthony when he performed at the Lions game and the Lions happened to lose that game. You know what I mean? So he's carrying that over and saying that it's bad energy. Sometimes you don't need the bad energy around. It will affect you and affect the results of things, what you're trying to do, he said. You know what I'm saying? So this next clip is them talking about Cam's response and what he had to say to Jim Jones, to Jim Jones's interview that he's had on the Breakfast Club when he was mentioning a lot of people and saying a whole lot. So this is the Breakfast Club talking about Cam's response on what he said and how he was saying that it was bad energy for them to ring out, for Javante Davis to walk out with him, which is why the fight was a draw. Check it out.
Jim has actually responded to Jim Jones. Now, Jim Jones talked about a couple things. He talked about wanting to fight Cam for $10 million, and then he also talked about the versus situation.
I need triple what I had last time, the way we put that versus on fire too. We had that thing looking like a championship game. Yeah, Swiss holla at me, and you backdoored me, gave that man some business that you ain't give all of us. You definitely got to give me triple, Swiss, and you got to give me some real business this time. I wanted the bag. We got the bag, but boy still went backdoor. Like, yo, for me to do the verses, you got to give me part of this business. That had nothing to do with us. But he would say that's me being a businessman. Nah, that's you being a sucker doing backdoor shit.
When you went to Cam about that, he said that like it's just me being a businessman.
No, Swiss told me. I had to tell Swiss I know what was going on, Jack.
How did you find out about it then?
Because I found out about a lot.
So Cam has responded. He responded two ways. He posted to Instagram. He posted some text messages between him and Jim. So Cam's caption says, I don't pay half of the stuff that people say no mind, but you know I keep the files. You wanted to do verses for free. So if you made $1, be happy. Talking about it was on your bucket list. Stop trying to rewrite history. Now you got a Lost in the Garden in the Barclays with the laughing emojis. Your homies not eating unless they came with their own bread. The boy Sugar Dugger got more money than you, and let's bet 10 M's on that. Go get Handsome a car and a crib in Jersey or something. I'm done for now. And Cam throws some more shots their way. Let's take a listen to that.
He always says, yo, don't bring this out with you because they're not going to win if you bring this out with you. Talk about football games. When the fight went on, when you got that type of energy, it gets into you. The people you with could possibly your energy up for some that you supposed to do.
You gotta have greatness with you. I remember we was talking about the Eagle game, and I said, if Meek Mill walked them out, they're not gonna win a championship. Meek didn't walk them out, they end up winning that championship.
This is what the Lions up. When you bring out Jello.
Hello?
Jello not from Brooklyn, and them wasn't from Brooklyn.
Why did you catch a straight?
Yo, Meek caught a crazy straight, right?
And you talk about Jello?
Because G3 performed at the Lions, the game,
playoff game,
the playoff game, and
they
tried to blame it and say that's why he lost. So what?
That's how the Lions lost. They said.
Yeah, that's how the Lions lost. What Cameron is alluding to is the fact that Juelz Santana and Jim Jones walked Gervonta Tank Davis out. The fight that just happened with Lamont Roach over the weekend at the Barclays Center, and a lot of people online were saying, "Hey, you lost because you walked out with such and such," jokingly, but Cam brought that to it is what it is. So that's what he's talking about now.
I hate them brothers fight, man. I hate seeing them brothers fight.
Yeah, I hope Jim and Cam find some peace.
Entertaining, but I hate it.
I hope Jim and Cam find some peace or some closure. Meaning they either find a way to be, at peace with each other, or they find some closure on their relationship. Because
I hate it.
Yeah,
like they were brothers. Like they were crew clique.
We watched it.
We seen it. So I like I said, it's entertaining, but I hate seeing this for them too.
I agree, and I did want to play this this other audio that we have of Cameron. He sat down with Steve Stout, and he talked about exactly what he did when it came to negotiating the versus deal.
I had a tour for us locked up for the Locks and Dipset, and it was about $2.5 million, if I'm not mistaken. Jim really wanted to do the verses, and I'm like, bro, we can do the verses after the tour. And I got $2.5 million waiting, and that was just for like 10 cities. It could have ballooned up to like $6 million. I got outvoted, Steve. Nobody was listening to me about the tour. So what I said to myself was, I told Swiss and Timberland, I said, everybody got to get at least 6 digits. That's an artist. Got everybody their money. And I started piling my own shit. I want the door money. I want Stocks and Triller. I want beats from Timberland and Swiss for free. I want percentage of the views that's going to go on. And I got all that too.
So basically, the way that it sounds to me is like, they missed the tour, so that he was just trying to make what he could off of them doing the versus situation or whatever. But
does this still happen if Dipset wins against the Locks on that fateful versus night?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think so.
You think so?
I don't.
I think so.
Why you think so?
I don't think they were seeing eye to eye even during that night.
But you realize the versus story has a lot to do with all of this. You do realize that. Like we played 3 clips just now, and 2 of them were about verses. But
this happened before that. They weren't seeing eye to eye before verses.
But I feel like something else happened that night that really set it off forever.
I thought it was the conversation when Cam interviewed 50, and that's what I thought reunited it. Because before that, they weren't seeing eye to eye, but it was quiet. But after that interview, fireworks.
I mean, big fireworks.
You meant reignited.
Yeah, reignited. Yeah,
to the public.
Hey man, I wish them brothers peace, man. Our closure.
You saying, you know what I'm saying? That was him saying that, you know what I mean? That bad energy, you know what I'm saying? They came out with Jim Jones, so that was the bad energy that he provided for himself when he walked out, which could have led to him having a draw against Lamont Roach, you know what I mean? Now, I don't think people say, you know what I'm saying, that Lamont Roach won that fight and this and that. I don't think Lamont Roach won the fight. I definitely think he surprised Davis, you know what I'm saying? He gave Davis a run for his money, but did he do enough to beat Gervonta? I don't think to say that he did enough to beat Gervonta. Now, he definitely gave him a run for his money for sure, but did he overall beat him? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But we all know the fight came to a draw. So, you know what I mean? That's what Cameron was saying, you know what I'm saying? Of being that effect that he used Jim Jones and Juelz Santana to walk out. You know what I mean? That was that bad energy, which probably led to the fight being a draw, you know what I'm saying? Which is something that no fighter won on their record, you know what I mean? Because now you have that ugly number in the middle of your record. So Gervonta is 36, 37 or something like that and so now being that he got a draw, the nigga is 36, 1-0. You know what I mean? Because they have to count that draw. So no boxers want that draw on their record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So 50 Cent is jumping in on that. You know what I mean? To put some shit out on his Instagram and shit like that. We heard him talk about it on the Breakfast Club just now. So Young Thug is currently fighting to get all his jewelry back and all his cars back from when they seized him, when they first arrested him with this RICO charge back in, 2022 or something like that. So he's fighting to get him all back. He mentioned this shit on a song that he got with Quavo called Yes Ma'am. He mentioned this shit on that song. He also brought up Mariah the Scientist. This is the girl that we all seen him on the video call with when he was in jail, on the phone, pillow talking and cupcake talking with Young Thug when he was in jail. We all seen that. So he definitely brought her up and mentioned her on the song. You know what I mean? and said that she had a question for him, said, am I him? And he said yes, or something like that, something along the nature, you know what I'm saying, that he mentioned her in the song, you know what I mean? So he's been fighting and said that he lost a Lambo though. That's what he said in the song, said that he lost a Lamb, you know what I mean? So he lost a Lambo, he lost a Mercedes Maybach, hundreds of thousands in jewelry, you know what I mean? So he's been fighting to get all that shit back. Apparently they gave it back to some Raphael jeweler, the returned jeweler, whatnot. So Young Thug has been fighting to try to get all his shit back that was seized for that RICO case when they got him and arrested him back in 2000, I believe it was 2022. So this next clip you about to see is just video explaining Young Thug and his current situation on him trying to get all his shit back. Check it out.
Young Thug wants his luxury life back. The rapper is fighting to recover $150,000 in cash, multiple pieces of jewelry, and a fleet of seized vehicles, including a Porsche 911 and Mercedes Maybach. All these items were taken during his 2022 YSL raid arrest. While he beat the RICO case last Halloween, the court just canceled his hearing to get his stuff back. From prison to freedom, now he's trying to rebuild his empire one luxury item at a time.
As you just seen, you know what I'm saying? That was him. That was the video explaining as such as what I'm talking about. He's trying to get all this shit back. Apparently they seized it and they ain't trying to get it back. So he has to fight and try to get all that shit back. He said he lost a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? Also a Mercedes Maybach. You feel me? Hundreds of thousands of jewelry. You know what I'm saying? So he fighting to get all that shit back. You feel me? I would want my shit back too if that was the case. You know what I'm saying? Shit. We're talking about a Lambo. We're talking about ice, diamond necklaces, watches, probably Richard Mille watches, Rollies, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of high-end, luxury, prestigious style watches, you feel me? I'm sure that they seized. I'll be definitely trying to get that shit back as well, you know what I'm saying? And then last but not least, we got Cori, Broadus, which is Snoop Dogg's daughter. She has given birth to her daughters 3 months early. You know what I'm saying? 3 months early, 3 months premature. We all know that his daughter has been diagnosed with lupus. You know what I mean? She also lives with lupus. She was been diagnosed with lupus since she was 6 years old. You know what I mean? And recently she had a health scare a couple of years ago. She had a severe stroke. You know what I'm saying? When she was in the hospital, you know what I mean? So she had gave premature birth to her daughter 3 months early. You know what I'm saying? 3 months early. But she was definitely happy and praising, you know what I'm saying, praising God and all this and that in the Instagram post. You're going to see all that in the clip. They also said that she developed and was diagnosed with HELLP syndrome, HELLP, which is apparently it's a complication that comes with pregnancy that affects the liver and affects the blood system and can be fatal. This is also what she was diagnosed with. You know what I mean? So these next clips is pretty much a video of telling you that she had gave birth early, and it's also going to be a video of the Instagram post. She posted an Instagram post with her daughter's foot, and along with some words that she said, saying how blessed she was and her daughter's perfect and this and that, alongside the picture that she posted on Instagram. So this next clip that you're about to see is a video talking about how she gave birth to a premature baby 3 months early, and also the Instagram post of the baby's foot that she posted and the words that she said alongside that post. Check it out.
Cori Broadus, the daughter of Snoop Dogg, announced the arrival of her baby girl on February 28th, revealing that her little one was born 3 months early. At 25 years old, Cori shared that her high-risk pregnancy led to the premature birth at 25 weeks. Although she initially felt guilty, she expressed immense gratitude, calling her daughter perfect as ever and placing her trust in God's plan.
You say, you know what I'm saying, gave birth early, you know what I mean, prematurely, 3 months early, you know what I'm saying, but the baby came out all good, you know what I mean. She said she cried, he cried, you know what I mean, that's what she put on the Instagram post, you know what I'm saying. I'm sure it's sad tears, happy tears, a lot of mixture of such, you know what I mean. I can only imagine what that must be like. You know what I'm saying? Definitely must be a lot on the mental, especially being that she has lupus. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, I mean, if she stresses out too much, it can send her into a lupus flare-up. You know what I mean? So definitely must have been really hard, you know what I'm saying, for her and her dude going through that. You know what I'm saying? Especially giving birth and while she was pregnant and all that and such. You feel me? But yeah, I can't imagine what that must have been like. You know what I'm saying? Must have been some hard times, some troubled times. You feel me? But they got through it and got her daughter up. You know what I'm saying? Gave birth to her early, but she's here in the world living healthy and breathing fine. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's everything. That wraps it up for episode 200. You know what I mean? That wraps it up for episode 200. Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope I put you up on something that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Along with my commentary, thoughts, and opinions on each subject. You know what I'm saying? So today, in this episode, we definitely talked about Kirk Burrowes is now suing Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Days after suing his mom over that 25% stake. He's now suing Diddy for toxic environments and deeply disturbing environments and sexual advances and so on. We also touched on rapper Ronnie has been, and his 5-year-old daughter has been gunned down and unalived in broad daylight in Forest Hills, Texas. We also touched on 50 Cent joining in on the Jim Jones train and clowning him and talking shit about him and all this and that because Jim Jones called him a sucker on the Breakfast Club interview. You know what I'm saying? So we all know how 50 Cent is. Finna clap back at Jim Jones and hit him with a bunch of memes and AI pictures and videos and all kind of shit for who knows how long. You know what I'm saying? We also touched on Young Thug. He's fighting to get all the shit back, including the Lambo and hundreds of thousands of jewelry that they seized when they arrested him for this RICO charge. Then we also just touched on Cori Broadus, which is Snoop Dogg's daughter, how she gave birth 3 months early to her little baby daughter. So that's everything we touched on today, episode 200. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching. If you just subscribed, I hope you enjoy your subscribe. You know what I mean? I hope you come to stay. You know what I'm saying? I hope you become an everyday watcher. Monday through Friday, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? Got something for you with these news updates and whatever the hell else is going on in the world. Hip-hop news in the world, local news. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I touch on local news, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So if you just subscribe, that's what this channel is about. That's what we do, Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? And if you've been subscribed, you already know what this is. You already know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for clicking on that button as soon as you seen it pop up. Kons Podcast, as soon as you seen it, you clicked on it and wanted to see what was happening. Salute to you. Like you see my nigga scrolling up the screen right now. You know what I'm saying? As we all know, you could have been doing anything that you wanted to do in the world as a free person, whoever the fuck that you may be, whether you are a free person, you a free son, whether you a free daughter, a free uncle, a free mama, a free grandma, a free grandpa, a free auntie, a free sister, you know what I'm saying, a free motherfucker, whoever the fuck, and you got pets, you know what I'm saying, you sit them on the floor in front of the TV and watch Kons Podcast too, whether your pet is a goat, a dog, whether your pet is a spider, a gerbil, a rat, whether you got a pet rabbit, whoever the fuck, a bearded dragon, you know what I'm saying, as long as they got eyes and you got eyes on Kons Podcast, I salute to you. Like you see my nigga scrolling up the screen, you know what I'm saying? So you hear that beat getting louder and louder in the background, so you know what that is. We'll come to the conclusion of Kons Podcast. This has been episode 200, you know what I mean? So stay tuned for more episodes to come, Monday through motherfucking Friday, you feel me? Hope you end your week and continue on this week and end your week with Kons Podcast, and I hope you come back Monday to start your week off with Kons Podcast. You feel me? Tell somebody about it, wherever you at, whatever you doing. Let somebody you know about it. Hit the share button, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Comment on this shit and tell your people about it. Tell everybody about it. You know what I mean? Whoever the case may be, whoever you are. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Enjoy these credits.
Constant motherfucking content.
Wake me, don't you? You hate 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 me, don't you?